Alright, in this video I'm going to talk to you about who I think the woman in my vision is. So yesterday when I was making the video on um, RFID and the vision I had, I remembered about the woman, and I was still trying to figure out the significance of that woman in the vision when RFID spreads very quickly across the world. Um, and for some reason it came to my mind that in Obamacare, and I'm not saying RFID is 100% linked to Obamacare. I think it is due to just the vagueness of the law itself and the real technical wording in the law that just seems to allude to a lot of things without really trying to define them, in almost a purposeful language of deceit, to be honest. Now, that being said, I want to say that as I'm defining who I think the woman in my vision is, I have not received confirmation from God to say this is the woman, this is a vision. No, I'm trying to interpret it, but I could be mistaken. I could be mistaken, and I don't want to say this with authority because I'm not sure. But as I was reading Obamacare, someone had commented a long time ago, who was the secretary? It's in the Affordable Care Act. You hear the word secretary being thrown around. Like the secretary may be able to establish this, or has the power to do this, or can determine to do this. But in the Affordable Care Act itself, it doesn't define who the secretary was. I didn't know if it was a man or a woman, but I started to try to figure out who it was. And at first I thought it was Nancy Pelosi, but it's not. I think she's the majority or the majority whip or the minority whip, the caucus. Well, either way, it's not Nancy Pelosi. It's a woman called Kathleen Sebelius. Now, Kathleen is the Secretary of Health and Human Services. And she has a long track record, apparently, of what I would call really just, how do I say this? I'm looking for the right word. She has a track record of being really deceitful, or more than deceitful, a bit abusive in her powers. When she was governor or whatever she did before, I can't remember right now at the time. I'm going to post 2 articles in the description of the video for people that are new in YouTube. The description is just one of the arrows right under the video. Now, I'm going to post 2 articles. They're written by the same person, by the way. Not so you think it's 2 different viewpoints. They're written by the same author, even though they are on different websites. Okay, that being said, so I think the woman in the vision is Kathleen Sebelius. And under Obamacare, she's going to have a lot of powers, a lot of legislative power. She's going to be the one opening up insurance exchanges. She's going to be the one determining how the law really is implemented. She's kind of have all the power as far as Obamacare goes, or Affordable Care Act goes. All the power the president has in all the authority he has through this. And what I'm trying to allude at And again, I'm not sure. I don't want to speak presumptuously, because the Lord could very well not be saying that she's the false prophet, or that it could not be the false prophet at all. It could just be, or it could not even be this woman. I really don't know the significance, but if it is, I think we should keep it in mind, is maybe she is the false prophet, because she does really, as far as the healthcare goes, she has all authority to implement Obamacare on his behalf. And I wish I knew the scripture by memory. I'm going to try to see if I can find it real quick, as far as how the false prophet goes. Give me a sec. Okay, and I saw then. So this is Revelation 13:11. Then I saw another beast rising out of the earth. It had two horns like a lamb, and it spoke like a dragon. It exercises all the authority of the first beast in its presence, and makes the earth and its inhabitants worship the first beast whose mortal wound was healed. It performed great signs, even making fire come down from heaven to earth in front of people. And by the signs that it was allowed to work in the presence of the beast, it deceives those who dwell on earth, telling them to make an image for the beast that was wounded by the sword and yet lived. And it was allowed to give breath to the image of the beast, so the image of the beast might speak and might cause those who would not worship the image of the beast to be slain. Okay, that's some of the verses on the false prophet. Now, from reading that, I'm going to go ahead and say, at least for now, I don't think Kathleen Sebelius really is a false prophet. But I think she will have some significance. Well, she'll definitely have a lot of significance as far as the rollout of the Affordable Care Act. Um, and she may be the woman from my vision. I don't know. I think it's something to think about. And I guess what made me really think of that verse was just the, that she will exercise all power and authority. One sec. This is the part that gets me. It exercises all authority of the first beast in its presence. That part made me think, you know, she really kind of has a lot of authority. Um, but it may not be her. It might not be her. But I'll just give you guys that to think about. I'll post the two links under. God bless and have a good day.